Hey, welcome back in. This is Colatown on a Monday, July the 6th. Our city, our stories. I'm really happy that you're with us. Big thanks again to Kalena and Aisha from the OBO for hanging out with us the first half of the program. And now I want to get into something, talk about a couple different things going on. We have both Justin Stevens and Madison Pointer here with us, hanging out and visiting for the second half of the program. Good morning, team.
Good morning.
How are we doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Good Fourth?
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, good stuff. Now, Justin and Maddie are regulars here with us on the program. Justin really helped launch this and was, I think, probably my first guest with us on the program when we first launched Colatown back at the beginning of the year. And Madison is who really is my go-to every single week for getting guests and helping with the prep and all that. And so I've gotten to know you both very well, and I appreciate you both, because Colatown doesn't happen without the two of you, so thank you. It's gotten such positive response here on the point, and I genuinely I get excited about Mondays. I really do, because of this show. I really love connecting, and I've been doing this radio thing for a long time, 32 years in Columbia as of August 1st, so in a month it'll be my 32nd anniversary. And I'm telling you, this is the program where I learn more about my own city than anything else I've ever done. So I love the guests that you guys get and the information we provide to our listeners. So just a shout out. Thank you guys.
Yeah, well, thank you
for the show and for being part
week.
of it. So we're getting ready for a big event, the 20th annual mayor's campaign against domestic violence. What I like about this, guys, is that because it's the 20th year, this is something that it doesn't matter if it's Daniel Wickerman or if it's, Steve before that or Bob Coble before. I mean, this is something that the whole city and the whole community understands and gets behind. So it doesn't matter who the mayor is. In this case, it's obviously Mayor Wickerman, but everybody in the position understands the importance of this in helping sister care.
Yeah, it's really an initiative that has, like you said, just lasted through 3 mayor campaigns. It started under Mayor Bob Coble. Really kick-started by now Senator Tamika Isaac Devine, who was a councilwoman for the city of Columbia for a while there.
Right.
She was really involved with it. Got it kick-started at Finley Park, and that's where we were for a while. Then COVID hit. We moved to Page Ellington Park. Where we've been for about a handful of years. But the exciting thing now is 20th year, Finley Park back in operation.
And then some. Wow.
Moving back to the park for this year, for the 20th year, really to celebrate what we've been able to accomplish, and I guess the extended reach that we've been able to do. It started out just as an awareness walk where we had exhibitors out there. And then it turned into, we're doing fundraising events. It's like with dunk tanks and things like that. We're doing toiletry drives where we're raising over thousands of items that go directly to sister care. So it's really awesome to see the growth of it. I mean, this thing was started before I joined the city, but just to see it evolve since then has been really fun to watch.
And we need to mention sister care because, I think this event has helped sister care grow brand and name recognition here in our community, which is essential for what it does.
Yeah, absolutely. We partner with them. We've been partnering with them for the past few years now, and everything we do benefits them. Our fundraising from our dunk tank fundraisers, our toiletry drive, everything goes to them, so they're able to help victims and survivors get into better situations.
Well, and I think that for folks that might not be aware of what sister care does, obviously it's an incredible thing because first and foremost, it's there for people in terms of crises, for women and children that are going through situations. I love the fact that it protects people's privacy and all of that kind of stuff. But it's something that needs support. It is a community necessity, and it needs support. So when you tag that to the fact that this walk is about domestic violence, I mean, that's exactly what sister care is there to help with, is domestic violence and empower women to feel comfortable with taking a step away from violence. It's an ugly topic. South Carolina as a whole, statistically, is toward the top or at the top on a year-to-year basis when it comes to domestic violence. So that's why this campaign and the mayor's campaign and the mayor's walk against domestic violence, look, we talk about a lot of fun things here on Colatown. This isn't one of them. The event is fun. and we're going to talk about the event and all that. You guys make it into a very positive, high-energy event, but it's for a cause that is a challenging cause and one that we can't hide from. We've got to look at straight on, and that is domestic violence. And that's why helping Sister Care is such a blessing in this case. It's so huge.
Yeah, for sure. I think the main goal of the overall campaign is just to kind of bring awareness of how common domestic violence is. Whether you see it or not, it touches somebody you've met before in your life, and we just really want to bring the community together to show our support for the victims and their families.
Yeah, and we'll definitely have Sister Care on at a later time, and some of maybe our exhibitors, and they really can tell the message of what it means for them to have this event annually, as well as just why it's so important here in the Midlands and in South Carolina. As you said, those numbers are not good. So having this annual campaign where we can shine some light and provide resources, help people step out of their comfort zones, because it's a topic that is sensitive to people too. So giving them people the encourage to reach out and get help is what this is all about.
So when is the walk?
So the walk is going to be later in October, October 24th, Saturday, October 24th at Finley Park.
Right, so the walk is in October, and right now we're making sure that we bring this up for a few reasons. One, obviously, there's never a bad time to talk about this, but also because we want to make sure that people that are interested in this topic are aware of it. We're educating you, and also we need some sponsors for the Mayor's Walk.
Yes, absolutely. We're looking for businesses right now that want to get involved and help sponsor. That way they can get their logos on the back of our shirts, and all of our other marketing materials, as well as all of their sponsorship donations go straight to Sister Care. So it's 100% of that will go to them.
I want to talk about something else that's involved with this, because Sister Care needs money always. It's a very challenging endeavor what they're doing over there, and they need money, and this helps raise a lot of money for that. That's good. They also need toiletries. That's probably the number one thing outside of funding itself that they need.
Absolutely, yeah. So this is actually our third year of the toiletry drive, and every year we've done it, it's gotten bigger and better. Last year we collected over 10,000 items for Sister Care. They typically send out a wish list every year, so that's something that people can find more information about on our website. We have boxes at different small businesses around the city, as well as different parks, city locations and stuff, so people can just come and drop in whatever they'd like to donate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I want people to realize this is the need for these toiletries is mind-boggling. I mean, you talk about somebody that leaves their house in a hurry to get away from a domestic violence situation. They're not going to sit there and start packing, I'm going to take 2 of these and 3 of these. They go to the shelter, and they go and they get out, because that's life or death sometimes. And I'm not trying to be melodramatic. That's a fact. That's really happening. These are life and death moments sometimes. So while you'd like to think, well, they have time to pack all this and that, they don't. So then they need that kind of stuff. And toiletries is number one on the list when it comes to what Sister Care asks for when it comes to non-cash donations. So that's I wanted to stress kind of why we have that drive and why that's specifically singled out as something in terms of how you can help. When does that start?
So that'll start on August 1st as well. So okay. August 1st not only is our first Sister Care Saturday event, but it'll be kind of the start of the campaign overall, all the way into October. Yeah.
So tell me about the event itself, the walk and all that. I mean, take me through a little bit about how it's grown and how big is it now?
It's really big. Last year, I think we've had our biggest turnout yet. We had, I would probably say, a little bit over 300 people come out to Page Ellington. We had about 25 exhibitors come out to give different resources to either victims of domestic violence or their families, giving them an ability to help somebody get out of that situation. We have speakers, and then this year being the 20th year, I can't give too many details yet, but we do have big, exciting twists coming for this event.
We call that the tease.
Yes, so people can follow us on our social medias to kind of keep up with the teasing.
Madison's teasing us, Justin. Okay, that's fine. I want to go back to something, and this is not specifically just for this walk, but I want to give Justin a chance to talk with me a little bit more about Finley Park and how exciting it is to be back at Finley Park. You and I have talked off air as much as on air about, and of course we've had John Katz on a couple of times. Yeah, I don't know how many times I've been there since we reopened back in, I guess it was like October, November of last year. But I'm going to tell you, every single time I have someone come visit that's not from Columbia, that's the first place Lainey and I take him is Finley Park now. I mean, I'm so proud of our park. I'm so excited about our park. And I was just talking to my brother-in-law and sister-in-law who are from Charlotte, and I was telling them because we were watching, this was just yesterday, we were watching old family videos of my wife when she was just a baby. And we were watching family videos with the grandparents. And one of them was when my kids were first born, and Lainey and I went down with Grandma and Grandpa to Finley Park, the other version, before we ran into the issues that led to its rebirth. And we used to go to all the concerts on the weekends and the things. And so we had a video of that. And Adam and Shelley, my brother and sister-in-law, were like, that's Finley Park. I remember when we used to go there. Is that still? I said, is that still? I said, wait till you, I said, I know you're only here for a few hours today. I said, wait till you guys come in next time. I said, we're going to go do a picnic. We're going to go have some fun at Finley Park. Can't wait for you guys to see Finley Park. And so if you haven't been there yet, I don't care where you live. If you're in the area where you're hearing the point, Justin, tell people about Finley Park.
Yeah, since the grand reopening we had about mid-November of last year, Finley Park has been just a tremendous resource, asset, venue for our residents, for our community, for visitors coming in and to enjoy the city of Columbia. It's been fantastic. I mean, we constantly hear things every week, every day about how people are enjoying Finley Park and how they love to come back.
All right, we're going to do a break. When we come back, we're going to visit again some more with Justin and Madison. We're talking about the big event, and it's the mayor's campaign against domestic violence. This is Colatown. This is Colatown. Welcome back in on The Point on this Monday morning. So happy to have you with us. Appreciate it very, very much. In the studio with me right now, Justin Stevens and Madison Pointer from the city of Columbia, and we work with them on a regular basis on so many different events to promote what's going on within our city. And these are the folks that help get us so many dynamic guests and excellent opportunities to talk about all the different things going on around the community. We've been focusing here on the mayor's campaign against domestic violence. We were talking about the ugly topic of domestic violence, and it is a problem in Columbia and in the state of South. It's a problem everywhere in America, but certainly South Carolina's got bad numbers, and that's why we try to bring attention to it. We were talking about Sister Care and what a phenomenal organization it is. So with that in mind, the walk is going to be coming up in October. And we're going to be doing all kinds of stuff from August to October to really bring more attention to it. And we've got the Sister Care Saturday.
Yes.
Tell us about these.
These are some really fun events. This is also our third year for these events. They're dunk tanks. So we have raffle prizes. People can buy tickets to dunk. The mayor and other local celebrities, and all monies from that also get donated to Sister Care. But it's been a really good way to involve young kids who don't really maybe know what domestic violence is, but we can kind of approach it in a way that they can help raise awareness as well.
Sure.
We've had the universities done it before. We've had, obviously, the mayor does it every year, and different local celebrities. So it's really fun. We have our first one on August 1st. That'll be during the Soda City Market on the intersection of Washington and Main Street. So when you're walking by, people can just come, throw some balls, try to dunk whoever's in the dunk tank at that point. So, yeah, it's super exciting.
It's funny because every time we have these talks, you mention something that leads me into the next level of the conversation, and I want to talk with you guys a little bit about Soda City also for a moment because I'm so enamored with Soda City. But also back to Sister Care Saturdays. When you do stuff like this, again, we try to take a difficult topic like domestic violence and like the need for sister care, and we try to make it so at least it can be an educational moment for our young people, an educational moment, an empowering moment for our ladies out that are listening and our women that are in situations, so many of whom are afraid to come forward. That's a big thing of what Sister Care's education is all about, is empowering women to think that they have I can't get away from this situation. I can't afford this. I can't do that. I can't get away from him. I'm afraid he's going to find me. I'm afraid. There's so many things Sister Care can help with that you might not be aware of. So if you yourself or you know somebody that is going through something like this, and it's not as uncommon, unfortunately, as you think, if you know somebody going through this, help them learn about Sister Care. And again, if you're walking through Soda City and you see the dunk tank and you feel like, well, how can I help? Throw down a few bucks, throw some balls, dunk the mayor or whomever that week's guest is, and at the same time, you're having fun, but you're also raising some money for the cause.
Yeah, and we've picked these locations. We started doing Sister Care Saturdays on the Soda City Market a couple years ago, and strategically picking these places so we can be where the people are at. We know that Soda City Market is the kind of main draw, the weekend destination type of thing. Every Saturday, bringing people from not just residents in Columbia, but all surrounding counties, and people even coming into Columbia. They look at Soda City, and that's something they want to visit when they stop into town. So being where the people are at, having a dunk tank there, so people kind of turn their heads and see what's going on here, and then bringing them up to our table where we usually have Sister Care there, and they can provide their resources. CPD, Richland County Sheriff's Department, usually out there too to provide what they do. We also have, of course, the dunk tank, and we also usually have some raffles from some participating businesses that are willing to support their cause. They donate, an item, $50 to $100, and we draw some names in.
Nice.
Also, another way to raise funds for Sister Care. So being where the people are at, and this year, in addition to Soda City Market, going to Gather Columbia, which is a great spot. If you haven't been to Gather Cola, it's some awesome food, awesome environment. So we're going to be just outside that in September too. So we're going to hit that lunchtime crowd and see what we can do. Yeah,
if you haven't been to Gather, and you guys keep bringing up things that fire me up, because Soda City fires me up. The new Gather is just incredible, and if you haven't had a chance to go out to the Bull Street area and see, there are some folks that think of Bull Street and they're just like, it's the Fireflies. Well, at one point when it first started, that was pretty much it, and now there's great shopping and there's great this and there's great that, but now you add Gather to that, and it's awesome. It's really very special.
Yeah, it was just a Firefly Stadium for a little bit, but it's really starting to be more of a community. You saw the REI stop up. You saw some brunch spots, some dinner spots, Gather Cola. There's going to be a Publix in there. Yep. So much residential building up. So it's turning into its own little community, and it's awesome to see. It
is fun to see it develop. I want to go back to Sister Care for just a sec. For folks that are listening, if you need it ever, sistercare.org is the website. They have a 24-hour confidential crisis line, 803-765-9428, and they're there. They have emergency shelters. They have some support groups, all of that stuff. If you need it or you know somebody that needs it, they have counseling, and they can help you in the court with advocacy and legal representation. All of this stuff costs a lot of money to be able to do all this stuff. And that's why you hear Justin and Madison here talking about this event, and why we're trying to raise money to and awareness for what Sister Care is. So that's the real reason why this campaign is so necessary, and why we're going to be focusing on it a lot once we really get started in August. But that's kind of special. Kind of want to go back. We only have about 5 more minutes, but I kind of want to go back to Soda City for a sec. And I'm kind of an addict. We love it. And here's what's so funny. We've got a dog that you can't come near our cul-de-sac without my dog going crazy and wanting to eat you. And yet we take her to Soda City, and she just loves it. And she's great around. She's never done anything wrong except for just love it and be around people. And Lainey and I don't know. We can't figure out, other than she's just a very protective dog around her own house. Mm-hmm. But we take her to Soda City, and the thing that I like the most is the energy. You go there, you almost forget you're in Columbia, South Carolina. You almost think like you're in somewhere like New York City or something, because there's so many different people from all areas that have come to congregate, and no one has an agenda other than let's just have fun and be nice. and let's meet people. And so used to be when I first started going to Soda City, Lainey and I would have this over and under. How many people you think we're going to meet that we already know? How many we're going to see? And so we'll set an over and under of how many of our friends or whatever. And so we still see a few people, but now it's becoming more and more where it's grown so much that you just make new friends. And the food, Justin, do you like food?
Absolutely.
Do you like
Soda City's got plenty of it.
Right, but I mean, you get food that you don't get anywhere else in the community because it's a lot of farm to table. It's a lot of people who are with their food trucks or whatever it is. A lot of people who are not from the United States of America that know how to authentically cook food from wherever they're from, and you're not going to find that anywhere else. You got to try the food. Oh my God, it's so good. So I don't know. I like to brag on Soda City every chance I get. If you've never gotten up on a Saturday morning and taken your family down to Soda City, I'm absolutely willing to promise you that you will have an experience that you're going to want to take others to after that. It's just so much fun.
Yeah, and it's kind of been hand in hand with the whole revitalization of Main Street in that area too. The more Soda City grows, I think the more the Main Street district benefits from that, and you see more investment from businesses that are there. We have new businesses coming in. It's also helped with the connectivity of Finley Park. People spend their day going to Soda City Market and then take the little short stroll to Finley Park.
It's easy walk
to enjoy that. It also serves as an incubator for those businesses, getting them some spotlight on what they provide to the community, and sometimes that leads into a brick and mortar where they're a part of the community and a standalone spot too.
Yeah. It's funny because I realize, you came here with the purpose of focusing mostly on the campaign against domestic violence and the mayor's, walk and all that. We're going to, as we said, focus on that more as we get through summer and all that. But, you opened up the door to me and you just got me fired up. First about Finley Park, and then you get me fired about Soda City, and then you get me fired up about Gather. And just I think about all three of those, and I think about where we were as a city and where we are now. And I don't know how anybody can't get fired up about the direction and the connectivity you talked. I know that's one of the mayor's favorite buzzwords is he loves connectivity, but it's true. You can now come down to Columbia and you can say, well, I'm not just coming here to go to work and then leaving town. There are so many reasons to stay after you get off of work and stay in town and have dinner. Or now people that are coming to visit us are no longer making it just day trips. Now they're spending 2-3 days here in Columbia because there's so much more to do. I'm proud of it.
Yeah, and there's so much more on the horizon too. If you go to our website columbiasc.com, we have a growth type of section that's a lot of our special projects, big infrastructure projects. You can learn about a little bit more about long term what we have planned for the Columbia, and it's really exciting.
It is, and this is an area of growth. Mayor Rickenman was telling me a couple visits ago because he comes on the third Monday of every afternoon, the third Monday of every month to the show and takes phone calls. And he was telling us a couple months ago, we're averaging 28 people moving into the Midlands area every day. Think about that growth. 28 people coming here every single week, a day to the area. And if that's the case, there's no choice. We have no choice but to keep adding things and making it more attractive. And there's a reason why people are choosing to come here, because this place is not what it once was. It's so much more. Guys, thank you for coming in.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
Appreciate it very, very much. That is Colatown for this week. We'll see you again next week, 9 o'clock on Monday for Colatown, our city, our stories.